Okay, one of the things that's very frustrating for people in investing is how recursive information can be in the stock market. And so, this video, we're going to talk a little bit about when you know something and how sometimes when you know something is actually more important than whether that thing is even true or false. And this is sort of I guess I'd call this sort of an ironic, sort of an epistemic irony maybe about the nature of knowledge when it comes to investing. But it's very important to also know what other people know or know the beliefs of other people who are investing alongside you. So this timing of knowledge is it's really more important than the knowledge that you actually have, ironically. So I'll go through a few examples. Let's take, for example, the uranium theme, which is kind of a theme that is starting to come into popularity now. And just briefly, basically, there's more and more sort of enthusiasm for nuclear power globally, and there's a lot of new nuclear power plants coming online. And at the same time, there is a structural shortage, potentially, of uranium, the raw material that goes into running a nuclear power plant. And of course, a nuclear power plant is a multi-billion-dollar piece of equipment, right? And without uranium, it's like a big stapler, essentially, right? So the argument or the theme of uranium is that there will be a structural shortage for potentially many years of uranium, and bringing on new uranium supply takes a long time. And so there's a sector of various companies that are kind of derivative plays on this sector. And whether this is a good sector to invest in or not, really, it is more dependent on how many other people also think this than the actual truth or falsity of the theme itself. It's super ironic, but I want to get viewers of this channel to be thinking about the nature of their knowledge in this way. So one of the things you want to do is obviously, think through the theme and what the good plays are, which companies maybe are worth investing in, etc. But also to think through how widely thought is this theme already? Like, how popular is it? And then there'd be different ways to go about looking into it, like seeing how much the financial media talks about it, seeing how many hedge funds are long various uranium positions or whatever, right? So to sort of cross-check how widely a view or a theme is shared by other people. And then, of course, we aren't going to know how big the theme or how true this theme will be until after the fact, right? So it's really just, you want to be early, you don't want to be late. So you don't want to be the last person after everybody else already believes that uranium is a theme to invest in, right? So this is where when you know something is extremely important, and even more important than whether it's even true, okay? There's lots of other examples of this. You could go back to the late 1990s. In 1999 or early 2000, it was collectively believed that technology was the greatest sector, the fastest growing sector, the best sector to invest in. Obviously, because everybody believed that, it was totally not true. And that was when we started the 2000 to 2002 tech crash. And, the technology stock market, the NASDAQ in those days, fell something like 70% in about 2 years. So catastrophically not true, but really through that period, there was just an overenthusiasm, and technology still was a great sector to invest in. It's just you wanted to not invest in it when everyone else thought so, right? So I think, again, it just goes to the nature of recursiveness with knowledge, an epistemic recursiveness that happens in the stock market. And so I want to remind everyone in this channel to look at how many other people believe the things that you believe, and think of that as one component of how much confidence you should place in the things that you believe, right? And one of the tests I use is if I talk to somebody, relatively sophisticated investor, and name a theme or go through a theme, and I get a blank stare or like instant disagreement, right? So that's a tell that, okay, maybe I'm early, especially if this is somebody who I know who, maybe isn't the first to arrive at different ideas, but is, relatively prompt and rigorous investor. And then, of course, if it's an idea that, say, your taxi driver is talking about to you, well, that's a tell, right? This is somebody that's not even in the investing domain, and it's a cue that everybody knows the thing that you know, okay? So It's just another thing to think about when you think about the things that you believe. Also think about whether other people believe that too and have that play into your investing decisions, okay? Just a short video for today, but as always, I thank you for watching.